So, you've been rejected or dumped by your ex and you feel miserable, terrible, you feel abandoned, betrayed, perhaps obsessed with the other person who has rejected you or dumped you. You feel like all the effort that you put in just means nothing to that other person. The whole relationship, there was no point to it. It was all for nothing. Will you or will you ever not get back together? Will you ever be chosen? I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice that can help you endure this long-term journey. This is a personally deep story for me, but when I was a kid, I was sort of punished for playing video games, and I wasn't really that obsessed with video games, but it was used as a leveraging bargaining chip against me, and I was punished with the thing that I valued the most. And when I saw my brother get punished, he wasn't punished with the same value system that I was punished with. In fact, it was more difficult to punish one of my younger brothers because he didn't have that same value system. And so I never really used that piece of knowledge that I had with me for a long time until maybe now, where I thought about it and I was like, if I were to do the same thing in the context of a relationship, if I can not value per se the relationship itself, but rather value my own pleasure and value my own happiness in favor of the relationship, notwithstanding self-respect, it just means I'm happy to be with the other person regardless of whatever happens. It means that the relationship can never really be taken away from you. The relationship is not like a bargaining chip that can be leveraged against you. So keep that in mind for your future relationships and interactions. 2, you cannot lead a horse to water and make it drink. Only the horse can decide to make itself drink from the trough. You can influence the horse to drink water by presenting it water, putting water in the environment so that there is water for the horse to drink. You can put salt in the horse's mouth to make it more thirsty. But at the end of the day, it's the horse that chooses to drink the water. If you want a cat to come into your house, you have to present good milk. That's the only thing that you can do. You can't force the cat to stay. So in the same manner, when you're not letting the status of a relationship dictate what you do and what you don't do, tiptoeing around the other person, you can just enjoy yourself, be comfortable and relaxed, which is like a form of good milk for a cat. It's a form of water for a horse. If it chooses to drink from the trough, it will choose to drink from the trough. And what encourages a horse to drink, by the way, what's a major factor? A major factor for the horse to drink water would be if the pain of not drinking the water would be greater than the pain of drinking the water. And that would be even if the horse identifies itself as something that even needs to have water, your water. The question is, do you even really value your own water? 3rd thing, do have understanding and empathy for the other person. There is a decision mechanism in the mind, the subconscious evaluation system. It weighs a lot of pros and cons, a lot of different variations of pain, and it decided that you were not the best choice to help elevate that person to get to a higher state of being. It's not that the other person is a narcissist. It's not that the other person is an avoidant attachment style. It's not that the other person is bipolar or BPD or whatever. You just have toxic interpretations, and hence, this is how your fruit has grown. From the soil in which you were impregnating with your thoughts, your toxic thoughts, your interpretations, you thought you knew it all, or maybe you beat yourself up way too much. You deprecated yourself and gave so much love to the other person that there's really nothing to give. Who'd want to drink from a cup that's just squeezed out? There's no juice in it. Understand where the other person's coming from, kill your own fundamental attribution error, which is your FAE bias, and understand and listen from where the other person's coming from. You could probably learn a lot about the other person and from yourself by just sitting with in the negative and sitting with the consequences and taking accountability and just letting things be. Being in a relationship with someone like this is going to be so much superior than someone who's like crying and getting angry about being rejected and dumped.